Hello, everybody. My name is Bob O'Donnell. I'm the president of Technalysis Research. Happy to be here at the AWS Startup Summit, joined by
Ray Wong here. And of course, we're at the Startup Summit here in San Francisco 2025. More importantly, we've got two amazing guests here. Julia.
Hi, Julia Chen. Nice to meet you. I head partner core for AWS, and we run all of the different partner programs and incentives and strategic collaboration agreements.
Hi, I'm Yanchyshyn. I'm the Vice President of AWS Marketplace and Partner Services.
Two of the most important services here. Bob.
There we go. So Julia, start with the basics. How does AWS define the startup category?
Yes, that's a good question. So AWS defines the startup category as companies that are privately held, usually less than 10 years old, working on technology solutions. So that's how we think about them.
Is there any revenue associated? Like, do they have to be below a certain size or number?
No, they have to be usually generally early to mid stage is what we say. And we're obviously looking for the ones that are going to be high revenue potential.
Yeah, fair enough. Matt, so, from your experience, what are sort of the key enablers that you think really drive success for these startups? What are the sort of things you look for?
Yeah, well, most startups have a product-led growth strategy. And so really looking to do self-service to help really acquire new customers to grow. It's so important to grow quickly as a startup. And so acquiring new customers, try before you buy, using things like free trials. So for example, with Marketplace, a lot of startups are using free trials, rich product detail pages to kind of really hook those customers so they can then convert it. And then the really successful startups are the ones who combine self-service and product-led growth with co-sell, where they can tap into our enterprise sellers that are kind of all over the world. And that's where you get those bigger lucrative deals. So if you do both, get the flywheel spinning and then get some big deals with AWS co-sell, those are the startups that are the most successful.
Matt, that's incredible because we're seeing PLG hit numbers like 100 million today.
Yeah.
It's not even just like 1 million, 2 million. There's some crazy startups that are AI exponentials there. But Julia, hey, how do you qualify to be an APM? Are there certain requirements? Do you have to hit certain milestones to get to different levels?
Yeah. So any startup can qualify to the APN. So they can be part of the AWS Partner Network. They can sign up to that. We do have a smaller kind of more choice cohort that we have in the startup part of the program. And so for them, we are looking for those early to mid-stage companies that are, again, they've got the product market the fit already, and they are now scaling, like they're on the cusp of scaling. So they're not founder-led sales, but they're actually building up a proper sales team. So that's usually the sweet spot. And from there, we look and figure out which ones we think have the highest potential with us.
That's great. Yeah. So you define those different categories in different ways. Are there segmentations that you guys are looking at?
We don't look at segmentations per se. So we definitely, so once you're in that program, then you have access to the same level of benefits, but certainly different startups hit different trajectories at different times.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Matt, so what are some of the things that you're seeing in terms of how these companies are growing and scaling? You talked a little bit about the flywheel and the big deals. Are there other areas that you're seeing that these companies are specifically targeting? Are there specific, categories or verticals or whatever that you're seeing that really kind of define some of these groups?
Yeah, well, one thing I think that we all know that's changed a lot for the last year or two is not only the rise of AI, but also the rise of agents. So in AWS Marketplace, we launched an agents and tools category back in May. And it's been hugely successful. So we had like 1,000 listings at launch. It's already grown to 2,000 listings. And a lot of the startups are not only in that category selling agents or agent tools, but they're also some of our most successful sellers. So we're seeing a rise of subscriptions. Actually, just this morning, I got a note on a pretty sizable private offer in the agent category that went through. So not only are we seeing people experimenting and kind of doing, self-service agent discovery, but they're actually doing private offers, private pricing, which, means bigger deals, production workloads.
Right.
So we're starting to turn the corner to production workloads with agents and definitely seeing startups lead the way in that category.
That's awesome. And do you see them selling across the board? Are they selling primarily to enterprises, or are they selling to other startups? Like what are the kind of folks that they're selling to?
Yeah, they're selling across the board for sure. The type of customer who would often show up to Marketplace would often be an enterprise customer or what we would call an SMB large, like a larger buyer. That's where a lot of why startups show up to AWS Marketplace in the first place, because they can reach that buyer, offer them custom terms, custom pricing in the form of private offers, but still also attract that long tail. So we have millions of visitors to the AWS Marketplace website, and successful startups have really good product detail pages with free trials, et cetera, that capture those customers and convert them at a high rate. But then, like I said, the really good ones are capturing those enterprise customers through that co-sell motion by partnering with our field. And that's really kind of the holy grail for a lot of these startups.
Right, that's where they ramp up and get the flywheel effect that you're looking for.
Yeah.
Julie, how do you pick up how do you choose the startups in general?
So we're looking for things that have a lot of customer appeal, right? So where there's the biggest market. That's pretty much what we use to pick them, right? And as I was saying, so they have the fit there, they have a sales team that's ready to ramp up. Those are the ones that we typically pick. And of course they have to be built on AWS, right? So yeah.
And these are give-take relationships. What benefits do they get?
Oh, they get a lot of benefits. So one benefit that they get,
credits.
They do. We'll get to that. Do you want to start with the money or start with the people?
Start with the people.
Let's start with the people. Okay, so if we start with the people, they get a PDM. So that's a product development manager. So that's someone who kind of guides their journey with AWS, helps them with figuring out what programs to use. Like they're advisors and they're also helpers, if you will, concierge, if you will. The other thing that they get is a PSA, which is a partner solution architect. And they help with some of the more technical aspects of the stuff. So they help with the technical validation, right? Some go to market support as well. And so they're helping both with the build, but also with the sell. So that's on the people side. On the money side, there's a bunch of stuff, right? So we do a lot around marketing. So we realize that part of the success of a startup is really around telling a compelling story. So helping them tell the story to the market, and they need a lot of help. Sometimes that's not their core competency. So we do give two different forms of help for marketing. One is around marketing agency help. So we basically fund a marketing agency to come in and help them tell their story with AWS. And then the other one too is marketing development funds. So if they're paying for events or they're paying for, print ad or digital ad or whatever, we'll cover part of the cost with them. So those are certain things that we give in terms of money. We also give some product support, right? So we'll be talking this week. Actually, we're excited to talk about at Summit that we'll be giving them subscription to Kiru, which is our developer IDE for Gen AI. That's really exciting. It helps all the developers out there from everything from documentation to also test cases, et cetera. So that will be for 1 year. Access to Nova, so some of our early access to Nova foundation models and other models as well, and various other things, right? There's a bunch of different ways that they get help.
So since AI is such a big part of this, and your IDE is a great example of it, what are the other things that Amazon and AWS in particular are doing to support the whole Gen AI community? Because obviously that's, like you said, driving a lot of this, for either one of you.
Yeah, well, I guess, Julia, you can talk more about kind of the competencies and the programs that we have in there. I've seen those drive good co-sell success and good success in the market.
Yeah. So we have a Gen AI competency, right? So that's we have many competencies, but Gen AI is one of them that shows the market basically the capabilities of a partner. So I think that's one of the main ones. And then we have several programs going on right now. We have different programs to help with the build and also with the sell. So we have something called Gen AI Rapid, which is one of the programs that we have, which is to co-fund some of the building and the proof of concept and proof of value for some of these partners that are building with us on Gen AI to be able to prove out the value to the customer before they have to fully commit.
And what I like about the competencies is that you're in control as a startup. Like if you get in the Gen AI competency, or we even have like a Gen AI security category, that actually improves how you get recommended to our field for co-sell. So we use automated partner recommendation systems internally for partners. And the more you qualify for these programs and these competencies, the higher your chances of getting recommended into customer opportunities. So it's kind of this flywheel that leads to more leads and more business leads.
And I would have to imagine that also through these kind of interactions, you're bringing some of these startups together, right? There's got to be a bunch of them that are complementary.
Yes.
That kind of play into all.
Yes, absolutely. We have a formal program called Box, which is the Business Outcome Accelerator that actually brings together partners and co-funds joint solutions, which we love, right? So we're always after that business outcome solution. So that's one of the ways that we do that. But certainly we have lots of different, programs and events actually, where like this one, actually the Startup Summit here, where startups get to mix, and they also get to meet with more established system integrators and other ISVs as well to try to make sure that we can accelerate the joint success of multiple startups.
Got it. Julie and Matt, at this year's Partner Summit, what are you most excited about compared to what you talked about last year? Matt, go ahead.
Well, I think we've all turned the corner from the AIs and agent sort of experimentation to production. So seeing a lot of our partners out there, both well-established and startup, kind of fully embrace AI and actually starting to sell, agentic solutions and create meaningful value for customers. That's really what I'm most excited about. And startup is one of our fastest growing segments through the AWS marketplace. So that's another area where we've seen rapid growth over the last year. So just seeing that kind of manifested and seeing the partners who've seen great success, whether it's growing internationally or self-service or through private offer growth with enterprise, I think we've reached a real tipping point where partners are leveraging Marketplace and our programs and our funding initiatives in a way that's helping them meaningfully grow and deliver the next generation of agentic technology.
I love that. We've gone from classical AI, generative AI to agentic AI. Now I'd be taking storm in the enterprise. It's pretty wild. Julia.
Yeah, I'm super excited because to Matt's point, like last year, I think was our first startup summit. And we just started to give them some, some additional benefits, like some of the ones that we talked about around marketing. But we're extending actually the benefits that we're giving them. So we saw the success from last year to this year. We're expecting even more success next year. We're extending MPOP, actually, which is our marketplace private offer program, also to some of our startups. Some of the AI ones that I talked about, we have startups that are in our ISV Accelerate program, where we actually compensate AWS's own sellers to be selling some of these ISV solutions as well. So there's lots of things that we're unveiling to the startups, and we're so excited because to Matt's point, they're growing really, really fast. And yeah, we all want to ride this together.
Yeah. Lots of programs, lots of incentives, lots of things from everyone to check out here at the startup program here at Amazon. Bob, final thoughts?
No, I think you guys it's really a compelling story. And I guess it's clear that the bubble is not happening, right? Because you guys are selling the real stuff, and these partners are selling real stuff to real companies. It's super exciting to see. Thank you both so much for coming out. Really appreciate you having you, and have a great event.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks a lot.
Great talking to you.